Good morning. You're in the same place, the same smile. It's good to be back. I know it's the middle of summer. Thanks for everybody to be here. We had a great meeting this morning. The meeting really evolved around our congratulations to the president and his team for tremendous steps forward. We're in the middle of a process. I know all of you are hopeful. We're hopeful. I think what's happened on the part of the cabinet, the government, the ministers, the people, in trying to claw back to a place where we have prosperity, peace, and understanding is well in tow. We have the other pieces to put together, which are moving quickly. I think in the next few weeks you're going to see progress on all sides. And what does progress mean? Progress means a better life for everybody. It means a better life for the people, a better life for our neighbors, and at least the beginning of a roadway to a different kind of dialogue with all of our neighbors. So with that, I'm grateful. We have a day in front of us. I think all of you know Morgan Ortegas. We've brought her back as part of our team, which is a tremendous opportunity, again, of the commitment of the President of the United States to try and do the greatest thing in restoring the shine of what the best North Star in this very complicated galaxy has been in the Middle East. So with that, I'll take a couple of questions. Good morning.
What's the next step after this meeting and after the Lebanese decision? What about Israel withdrawal or stop violating the agreement?
That's exactly the next step. So the next step is we need participation on the part of Israel, and we need an economic plan for prosperity, restoration, and renovation of everybody, not just the South, for sure. Right? What we've talked about, what we've talked about is very simple. When we talk about disarmament of Hezbollah, the purpose of that is actually for the Shias, right? It's not anti-Shia. What's been confused in the media and what's been confused in the discussion is the idea that somehow there's a harshness. The idea is the Shia population is Lebanese. This is a Lebanese decision that requires Israel's cooperation, which we've tried time and time again, right? Over the years from 1974 to 1982 to the Taif Agreement to the first cessation of hostilities agreement, we've had a miscommunication. The alignment of these interests now, along with an economic proposal which will be forthcoming, is so what does this mean? What is the benefit for Lebanon in general? What is the benefit to the South? How do we stop Israel's misunderstanding of what's happening? And that's all in process. And that's the next step. Yes.
Good morning. Mohammed Shwaro, Al-Arabi TV. Will there be a step-for-step approach after the Lebanese government decision that you praised it?
Yes, I mean, there's always a step-by-step approach, but I think the Lebanese government has done their part. They've taken the first step. Now what we need is Israel to comply with that equal handshake. Yes, I'm coming.
Carmen Jokhadar, Al Jazeera. So Hezbollah is against this decision. What will happen if they don't deliver?
They'll have missed an opportunity, but I think this is a process. When we talk about deliver, right, what does deliver mean? Deliver means we're starting a long discussion, and Hezbollah, as part of the Shia population, has to see what is in store for them. What's the option? What's a better alternative than the alternative they have? And that, again, comes from the basis of how do you build prosperity? You can't just take something and not give anything. So I think the next steps of this are really us elucidating with the government and saying, what does this mean? What does it mean for the South? How does prosperity get restored? Who's funding it? How does it participate? What's the sequence, step by step, of what happens? How do you get Israel to cooperate? How do you get Iran to cooperate? At the end, right, Iran is still our neighbor. So everybody has to have something in which they say, I can see a win, not adversarial. So I think that it's coming step by step, but the big step was what the president, the team, and the government, the cabinet, the ministers did was give an opportunity for us to help, for the United States to help in carving this transition to a more tranquil relationship with the neighbors. Yes,
Mr. Barak, Joy Sa'i from MTV, as my colleague said, Hezbollah refuses to disarm. But how will you deal with it in terms of, will you suspend the international aid for Lebanon if the state cannot apply the disarmament of Hezbollah?
No, I don't think there's no threats, right? At this point in time, everybody is being cooperative. So the dealing with Hezbollah, as we've always said, is a Lebanese process. What we've tried to do is to usher some ability with Israel primarily to create a stable communication network that will benefit Hezbollah, the Shias, Lebanon, and Israel. We're not at the point of threatening anybody. This is complicated. So when we talk about disarmament, even the word disarmament, what does that mean? How does it happen? At a time where they're looking and saying, well, what is in it for us? How do we protect ourselves? They're looking to laugh as to really being their security guarantor and saying, okay, we have a regional security force that's protecting us. We'll laugh now, substitute for that. And as that happens, how does our life transition? What's the future for us? What's the prosperity for us? That's all part of a discussion. So nobody is thinking about threats. It's quite the opposite.
Ambassador,
Yes, sir.
two quick questions, please.
Last question,
Two
if
quick
it's
questions,
okay.
please. Tony Murad
One question, if it's
Yeah.
okay.
Tony Murad from LBCI TV. It seems that Israel has not accepted the American proposal as it continues its attacks on Lebanon. What's your comment on that? And second quick question, please. What's the Syria position on the American proposal? Thank you.
So the first and only question that I'll answer is there has been no American proposal to Israel. They have not negated anything. What we've been doing is discussing, first of all, with the Lebanese government what their position is. We're in the process of now discussing with Israel what their position is. So there's no violation other than the violations that have continued since the November 2024 agreement of cessation of hostilities, in which each party is saying it's the other one. So what we're trying to do is to solve an agreement that already has been violated. We don't have a new agreement, and our intent is not to create a new agreement that's going to be violated. So thank you all for your patience. Thanks for your understanding. You should be very proud of your government. Hezbollah, the Shias, all of you, the idea is all the same. We need a timeout. We need a new life. We need a new perspective, and Lebanon should be the bright, shining pearl of this region. It will be again. Thanks.